Chosen one being tested is not a punishment. It is a preparation. The struggles you are facing, the challenges that weigh on your shoulders, the moments where you feel pressed from every side, are not meant to break you down, but to shape you. Every trial has a hidden purpose, a meaning that may not be clear now, but will be revealed when the time of glory arrives. You are walking through seasons that seem unfair, battles that appear overwhelming, and days that feel endless. Yet each of these moments is carefully crafted to refine you into the person you must become in order to carry the greatness destined for you. Glory cannot come without testing. Strength cannot be built without resistance. And destiny cannot be fulfilled without preparation. That is why I want you to watch this message until the very end, because every word carries the energy to unlock what is inside of you. Your spirit feels aligned. I invite you to write your warmest wishes in the comments, to leave the number 333 and 777 as a sign of divine agreement, and to subscribe to this journey. As you do this, you are sending your intentions into the universe, energizing them with power, and preparing yourself for the fulfillment that is on the way. And you waking up for awakening. What you release becomes what you receive. And today you are stepping into alignment with what is meant for you. Every chosen one in history was tested before their rise. Tests come in many forms: rejection, loneliness, loss, betrayal, delay, financial struggle, emotional storms, or even silence when you most desire answers. These are not random experiences. They are part of a process designed to remove what is weak and leave only what is strong. To carry glory, you must be strong enough not just to receive it, but to sustain it. Trials teach endurance. Pain builds compassion. Waiting creates wisdom. Rejection forms resilience. These qualities are not built in times of comfort, but in times of struggle. Think about the times you felt left behind while others seemed to move forward. That season of waiting was not a mistake. It was there to teach you patience, to build trust in the unseen, and to help you discover strength you didn't know you had when doors closed in your face. It was not the end of opportunity, but the redirection to something greater. When relationships broke apart, it was not the loss of love, but the clearing of space for something truer. Every trial has been a teacher, and every test has been a bridge, carrying you closer to glory. The process of testing also reveals who you are. At the core, when everything is stripped away, what remains when the applause disappears? When support vanishes, when comfort is removed, do you still stand? These are the moments that prove your authenticity. They show you that your worth is not dependent on recognition. Your strength is not tied to circumstances, and your destiny is not limited by current conditions. Glory cannot rest on shaky foundations. Testing shakes away illusions and makes you unshakable. The world often sees only the finished product, the crown, the success, the abundance, the recognition. But behind every moment of glory is a hidden story of testing. The chosen one walks through fire long before they stand in light. You cannot carry greatness without having first carried the weight of trials. And though the tests are painful, though they stretch you to the point of breaking, they are the very reason you will shine brighter. When your time comes, a diamond is just coal that endured extreme pressure. A warrior is just a person who refused to give up. And you, chosen one, are being prepared in exactly the same way. Do not confuse testing with abandonment. Just because the road feels lonely does not mean you are alone. Just because the season feels long does not mean it will last forever. Testing is temporary, glory is permanent. The struggle has an expiration date, but the strength you gain will remain with you forever. Every day that you endure, Every challenge you overcome, every tear you shed, is building something eternal inside you. One day you will look back and realize that the very trials that caused you pain were the same trials that gave you the capacity to hold your blessing. Chosen one, the trials you walk through are not random events scattered across your life. They are stepping stones arranged with intention. Each struggle has its place, each storm has its timing, and each loss has its hidden purpose. When you look back, you will see that the very moments you thought were delays were, in fact, alignments. Life is not punishing you. Life is preparing you. Greatness has a weight, and only those who have been strengthened in the fire can carry it. Testing ensures that when glory arrives, you will not crumble beneath its pressure. There's a reason why you have faced resistance. The resistance is evidence that something valuable is within you. No thief breaks into an empty house. The trials you have endured, the betrayals you have suffered, the challenges you have faced are proof of the treasure you carry inside. If you were not destined for impact, the tests would not be so severe. If you were not meant to influence generations, the pressure would not be so intense. Your trials are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of significance. When everything around you seems uncertain, when people walk away, when opportunities disappear, you are forced to discover stability within yourself. This is the hidden purpose of testing, to draw out inner strength that would have remained dormant without struggle. You never know how much courage you hold until fear stands in front of you. You never know how much endurance lives inside until the road stretches longer than expected. You never know how resilient your heart is until it is broken and still finds a way to heal. Testing does not introduce weakness. It reveals strength. The journey of preparation is often misunderstood. Those around you may not see why you are going through so much. They may not understand why your road seems harder, why your lessons seem sharper, or why your delays seem longer. But chosen one, your path is different. Because your calling is different. You are not being measured by the standards of others. You are being shaped by a unique design, one that requires deeper refining, greater patience, and stronger endurance. This is why you cannot compare your timeline to anyone else's. Your test is tailored for your glory. Every challenge you face is also a mirror. It shows you what still needs to be refined within. Trials strip away illusions and force you to confront hidden fears, unresolved wounds, and unacknowledged weaknesses. They may sting, but they also heal. Growth does not come through comfort. It comes through confrontation. Testing pushes you to confront the parts of yourself that cannot walk with you into the next season. Pride must be broken. Fear must be faced. Impatience must be disciplined. And doubt must be silenced. When these are tested and refined, what remains is pure, unshakable strength. Do not be deceived into thinking that ease is proof of blessing and hardship is proof of abandonment. Many walk paths that are smooth but shallow, while the chosen must walk roads that are steep because they lead to higher ground. Your test is not proof that you have been forsaken. It is proof that you have been entrusted with something sacred. Not everyone is given the privilege of testing, because not everyone has the capacity to carry glory. The weight of greatness demands the refining fire of preparation. Remember that testing also teaches perspective. When you have walked through lack, you learn to value abundance. When you have endured loneliness, you treasure connection. When you have carried pain, you become a healer to others. Without testing, glory would be wasted, taken for granted, or used selfishly. With testing, glory becomes meaningful, powerful, and transformative. Your trials are writing depth into your spirit, empathy into your heart, and wisdom into your decisions. These are qualities that cannot be bought. only forged in the fire of testing. Chosen one, though the process feels heavy now, it is creating a future you cannot yet see. The season you are in is not forever. Every trial has an end, but every lesson gained will remain. You will rise with scars that tell stories, with wisdom that cannot be shaken, and with strength that inspires others. The very fire that once burned, you will be the light that guides others out of their own darkness. This is the purpose of your testing, not only to prepare you for glory, but to prepare you to carry others with you into it. Chosen one, every test has a way of shaping not only your destiny, but also your perspective. When you are placed in situations where nothing seems to move forward, where progress feels invisible, and where silence surrounds you, it is easy to believe you have been forgotten. But silence is not absence. Delay is not denial. The test of waiting is one of the hardest trials you will ever face, because it challenges your patience, your trust, and your faith in the unseen. Yet within the waiting, something powerful is happening. Your roots are growing deeper. Your spirit is learning stability. Your heart is learning endurance. Without waiting, glory would feel shallow. With waiting, glory becomes profound. The struggle of testing is not always external. Much of it is internal. The battles inside the mind are often heavier than the challenges in the world. Around you, doubt whispers that you will never rise. Fear tells you that you are not enough. Comparison tries to convince you that you are behind. These voices are not truth. They are part of the test. They come to see if you will listen to them or silence them. Victory in testing is not only surviving external storms, but also overcoming internal voices. When you silence doubt with determination, fear with courage, and comparison with confidence, you prove that you are ready for what is ahead. Chosen one, testing is also about separation. You may have noticed that certain people walked out of your life. During your trials, friendships ended, relationships broke, and connections faded. This too is part of preparation. Not everyone can walk with you into glory. Some people are tied to old versions of you, and when those versions are tested and broken away, they cannot remain. Others cannot handle the weight of your calling, and so they are removed before the next season. This can be painful, but it is necessary. Testing refines not only your character, but also your circle. When glory comes, you will see that those who remain are those meant to walk with you into destiny. Another hidden truth about trials is that they build your vision. Without struggle, you might dream small. But when you walk through pain, you begin to long for something greater. When you face resistance, you begin to imagine a future without chains. When you experience loss, you begin to hunger for restoration. Struggles stretch the capacity of your imagination. They awaken dreams you never dared to dream. They ignite fires you never knew you carried. Testing is the birthplace of vision, and vision is what prepares you for glory. Think of the resilience being carved into you right now. You have endured disappointments that would have broken others. You have survived days that felt impossible. You have carried pain in silence and still risen to face another morning. That resilience is priceless. It is what will allow you to thrive when glory comes. Without resilience, blessings can feel overwhelming. But with resilience, blessings become platforms for greater impact. Testing ensures that you do not just receive glory, but that you live in it, sustain it, and expand it. Chosen one, never underestimate the testimony your trials are building one day. The very things that caused you tears will become the stories that inspire others. The nights you spent in silence, The moments you felt invisible, the days you carried weight too heavy to speak of, all of it will transform into light for someone else's darkness. You are not only being tested for your own destiny, but for the destinies you will influence. Glory is not just personal. It is generational. Your endurance is writing a legacy that will outlive you. In the middle of testing, it is normal to feel weak, to question if you can keep going. But chosen one, remember that weakness is not failure. Endurance is not about never feeling tired. It is about continuing even when you are tired. It is not about never doubting. It is about choosing to move forward, even in the presence of doubt. Each step you take, even when it feels small, is proof of your strength. Every day you show up in the face of pressure, you are passing the test. One day, you will look back on this season and realize it was not designed to break you, but to reveal you. Trials strip away illusions until the true version of you emerges strong, unshakable, and ready. The chosen are tested more deeply because they are destined to rise more greatly. And when your glory arrives, you will carry it with wisdom, compassion, and resilience because of what you endured. Chosen one, every test you endure has a hidden timeline. It may feel endless while you are inside it, but no trial lasts forever. The weight you carry now is temporary, but the strength it builds is eternal. The difficulty you face today is shaping the character that will protect your future. Nothing is wasted. Every tear you shed, every moment you felt overlooked, every silent battle you fought is recorded in the fabric of your destiny. These are not accidents, they are ingredients. Testing is the process by which greatness is seasoned, refined, and prepared to be served to the world. It is easy to mistake testing for punishment. The mind wants to ask, why me? Why is my road harder? But chosen one, punishment seeks to destroy, while testing seeks to prepare. The very fact that you are tested so intensely is proof that your life carries unusual purpose. Those with small callings are given small battles. Those with great callings are prepared through greater trials. You are not being broken for nothing. You are being shaped for everything that is waiting ahead. There are seasons in testing when you will feel stripped of control. Plans fall apart, doors close without warning, and paths that once seemed certain suddenly vanish. This loss of control is painful, but it is also liberating. When control is taken away, you are taught flexibility. When certainty is removed, you are taught trust. When plans collapse, you are forced to discover creativity you never knew you had. Testing reveals that your power is not in controlling every detail, but in adapting, enduring, and continuing despite uncertainty. Chosen one, you have likely noticed that testing often comes in layers. Just when one challenge begins to ease, another appears. This layering is not cruelty. It is calibration. Each new level of pressure brings out new dimensions of strength. You are like a sword being forged in fire, hammered again and again, cooled and reheated. It is a process of repetition, and though it feels relentless, each strike makes you sharper, stronger, and more capable of cutting through the obstacles ahead. If the forging stopped too soon, the blade would remain fragile. Because the process continues, you will emerge unbreakable. There is also a deep solitude that often comes with testing. The people you thought would stand beside you may disappear. The ones you hoped would understand may not comprehend your journey. At first, this feels like abandonment, but it is actually sacred space. Solitude strips away distraction. It forces you to hear your own voice, to recognize your own strength, and to confront truths that can only be faced alone. In this solitude, you discover that you are more resilient than you imagined and more capable than you believed. Testing removes false support so that true strength can rise. Another mark of testing is that it exposes the limits of your endurance and then stretches them. You may have thought you could only endure a little, but your trials prove you can endure much. You may have thought you could only walk so far, but testing proves you can walk further. With each obstacle, your capacity expands. What once would have broken you now barely moves you. What once felt unbearable becomes manageable. The expansion of endurance is invisible at first, but one day you will realize how much stronger you have become. Chosen one of the most profound aspects of testing is the way it builds perspective. When you have walked through lack, you understand the value of abundance. When you have faced rejection, you understand the treasure of true acceptance. When you have felt powerless, you appreciate real strength. Testing creates gratitude. It ensures that when glory arrives, you will not take it lightly. It teaches you to savor moments of joy, to recognize blessings even in small things, and to never forget the journey that brought you to the top. The trials you face also prepare you for responsibility. Glory is not just about being elevated. It is about carrying others with you. When you are tested, you gain compassion for those who are still struggling. When you have endured loneliness, you are able to comfort the lonely. When you have been rejected, you are able to embrace the outcast. Without testing, glory might make you proud, distant or careless. With testing, glory makes you compassionate, wise and generous. The trials you survive are shaping you into a leader who leads with understanding, not arrogance. And when the season of testing finally ends, you will emerge with scars that tell stories. These scars will not be signs of defeat, but of survival. They will remind you that you endured what was meant to destroy you and rose anyway. They will remind you of nights you thought would never end and mornings you thought would never come. Yet here you are, still standing, stronger than ever. The scars of testing will become the marks of glory, evidence that you have been through the fire and come out refined, chosen one. The heaviest tests often come just before the breakthrough. The weight feels unbearable, the pressure almost suffocating, and everything in you wants to let go. But it is in this final stretch that transformation is sealed. You are not being tested to prove your weakness. You are being tested to reveal your endurance. Because the next level demands a version of you that is unshakable. This season is refining your decisions, sharpening your vision, and stretching your resilience. Each delay is teaching patience. Each rejection is strengthening focus. And each obstacle is forcing creativity. You are learning not only how to stand in storms, but how to dance in the rain. That is what glory requires. The ability to shine even when the night seems endless. The chosen one does not wait for conditions to be perfect. They rise in the middle of imperfection and prove that nothing can stop their destiny. Your trials are not just building you for the moment of breakthrough. They are preparing you for the responsibility of what comes after. Glory is not light. It is weight without testing. You might misuse it or misunderstand it. With testing, you will value it, protect it, and use it to lift others. That is why the process feels so intense. It is not only about your freedom, it is about your legacy. You are being tested for the sake of those who will eat from the fruit of your endurance. So take heart, though your body feels tired and your spirit feels stretched. You are closer than you think. The fire is not destroying you. It is refining you. The storm is not drowning you. It is cleansing you. The weight is not crushing you. It is strengthening you. Soon, What now feels like endless trial will become undeniable testimony